The intense political campaigns to mobilize new voters to register by the political elite seems to be bearing fruits. The past 1 week has seen over 1 million new voters register, bringing to the total numbers from the last 2 weeks to over 1.5 million new voters.
A total number of 1,539,879 Kenyans, representing 53.94% of the week 2 cumulative target, have applied to be registered as voters. This represents 25% of the upper target of 6 million voters and 38.50% of the lower limit target of 4 million voters. This means that much has to be done to achieve our targets. We are just not really where we expected to be.
Statistics from the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission indicate that Kajiado, Mandera, Kirinyaga and Kiambu counties are leading in the ongoing mass voter registration. Nairobi, Kiambu and Nakuru counties have been listed as having the highest number of new registered voters. The Electoral Commission is however concerned over low voter registration in counties that have high potential of voting population.
We are concerned that some counties with the highest potential voting population of 100,000 and more are below 20% of their total target. These counties include Vihiga, Nyeri, Kisii, Kericho, Kakamega, Bungoma, Siaya and Kitui. We are asking our stakeholders in these counties to work closely with the officers on the ground to ensure that all eligible Kenyans are registered.
IEBC Chair Wafula Chebukati is also downplaying fears raised by a section of the political class on the credibility of the voters' register.
In our last briefing, the Commission informed the public that it had found out that 128,926 records of voters had shared identification documents. We wish to state that as of now, 50,174 records of voters have been confirmed to be legitimate. The cleaning up of the register of voters is an ongoing exercise. It's a continuous process.
The Commission will also publish names of those who have double registration for public scrutiny for 10 days after the close of the exercise.
Every constituency has reported duplicates. So you'll go to the constituency office, you'll find the list published on the notice board there, and we are inviting Kenyans to go actually confirm whether their details are correctly placed in that particular record or not. So that is going to happen by the end of this week.
The Commission, in collaboration with the Registrar of Births and Deaths, has made arrangements for the removal of dead voters on a continuous basis.
Chebukati says the prolonged drought and reports of mass voter transfer through bribery are affecting the registration process.
If you're going to transfer because you're being influenced, it's not your free choice, you are likely going to disenfranchise yourself, because what we observe is that most of these people do not actually remember where they last registered or where they last transferred. And there are cases where we're being told that people are transferring more than once. So it tells you specifically that the intention is not necessarily good among some of these applicants.
The Commission will consider the registration of diaspora voters after conclusion of mass registration exercise on February 14th. Registration of prisoners as voters to only vote for presidential candidates will commence from 20th to 27th February 2017, while registration at public universities and colleges to commence from 18th to 14th of February. With only 2 weeks remaining before the second mass voter registration exercise comes to an end, it is unlikely that the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission will extend the time for voter registration period, despite concerns that some areas are still recording low voter turnout registration. For Channel 1 News, I'm Brenda Zeda Radido.